Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a new video. Today we are going thrifting. I am going to take you on a little thrifting adventure to 3 of my favorite thrift stores in the area, see what we can find. I'm still looking for some key pieces to use in styling in my kitchen, creating simple vignettes. Also, I have another open shelving that I am looking to style. Let's head to the thrift store, see what we can find, and then come back here and I will share all of my goodies and how I style them. Our first stop is my favorite thrift store, Value Village. I love how they organize everything at this thrift store. Started out in the planter section and got lucky pretty quick. I saw so much potential in this beautiful piece. And spoiler alert, I do take it home with me. I was just kind of testing out in the store if I could remove that flower and the rope, and I absolutely can. So very happy that I found that. This was another kind of cool shape. I didn't love the color. It could be pretty for spring, but also found this one. There were honestly so many planters. If you need any planter or want some sort of vessel or ceramic, check your thrift stores. They have so many options, and always remember you can paint them. You can turn them to face the other way if there's like a design on them that you don't like. So many options. I thought this little terracotta planter was really cute. I loved the color and the shape. It just was a little small. I try when I'm thrifting or shopping at home decor stores to buy larger items. I just feel like when you're styling with them, using them in your home, it just looks more substantial and high-end when you use bigger pieces. So I try and not buy a lot of small little things. I call them tchotchkes. But anyways, moving on to the glass section and just having a peek. I am having kind of a moment with glass vases. I found one a couple weeks ago I shared in my mantle styling video. I absolutely love it. It has like ribbed detailing on it. So I am always on the hunt for some pretty glass. And now I am just in the wood section looking for wood cutting boards, wood trays, things like that. Made my way over to the frame section, and I loved this frame. I thought it was so pretty, and I loved the patina on the silver. It just was gorgeous. And I also found a couple of these frames, which I thought were really pretty. Originally $7.99, here for $4.99, so I didn't think they were the best deal, but nonetheless, they were very, very pretty. And I am working on a Studio McGee dupes video, and I can tell you that she uses a lot of brass in her decor, especially when it comes to frames, mirrors, and I found almost an exact dupe of something that she has on her site, a picture frame. I'm going to show you here in just a second. So always check your thrift stores for things like this. Beautiful frame, solid brass piece, honestly something that she is selling on her site for way more money. So especially right now, how vintage is in and people are loving that look, you can find so many beautiful, amazing things at the thrift store. So just wanted to share that with you. That video will be up in a couple of weeks. I'm building it and working on it and so excited to share it with you. I thought this milk glass lamp was so beautiful, and just looking at the lamps, seeing if I can find anything. A tip I wanted to share with you is to move the items around when you're looking. Like look under things, as you can see I'm doing here, and kind of shift things, because oftentimes I will find things in random places. Maybe someone was holding on to it and then changed their mind and just kind of put it down. So I do often like just have more of a look and really kind of get in there and search for items. And I have found some really awesome things by doing that. So just a tip I wanted to share with you today. One of my favorite sections at the thrift store is the basket section. I love baskets, and I'm just going to put it out there. I don't think you can have too many baskets. I think they're great for organizing, storing toys, blankets, laundry. The sky's the limit, and the thrift store has some great ones. And then I'm just looking in the candle section, always looking for just unique candlesticks. You guys know I love my brass candlesticks. Let me know if you also collect brass candlesticks from the thrift store. I haven't found any in a while, but I am always on the hunt. I thought this turtle was really cute. Just looking for those unique pieces that really help to create a collected feeling home. Our second stop on this thrifting adventure is the Salvation Army thrift store. This one is so awesome. Like, look at this huge houseware section. It's an entire basement filled with just gems. I have so much fun just looking through all of the items at this particular thrift store, and I have gotten lucky. My floor lamp is from here. I have found some really unique pieces from this particular thrift store. They also organize it more so by color versus by item. So if you're looking for a specific color, it's really useful. But for someone like me who will often paint something or turn it around, then I just have to look through the entire store, which I don't mind at all. I went back and forth when it came to this pot. I absolutely loved the color and I loved the shape of it. I ended up leaving it just because there was a chip on the inside of the lid. It was priced at $6.99, so it was fair, but I did leave it behind. I also thought that these plates were gorgeous, and I'm kind of regretting not getting them. They would look so beautiful, styled on a table, a really pretty tablescape. There was only 4 of them. If there was more, I would have, but we are a family of 5, so I try and buy at least 5 if I can. Also found those really beautiful marble egg cups, and then I found these beauties. Absolutely gorgeous. There's really no words. I couldn't believe that I found each of these. They were only $3.99. Our third and final stop was the Goodwill, and again, not a store that I come to a ton. I find that Goodwills are not very organized. I do find that their pricing can be a little bit better than Value Village, but you really have to look here. Probably not the best place to come to end my thrift trip, but I did find a couple things here, so it was worth the trip out. Thrift stores, and I definitely found some gems. Let me show you them. So starting off with the first thrift store we went to, which is Value Village. I love how they organize their stores. That's probably my favorite thrift store to go to. It's one that I often go to. I always find the best things there, and I think it's because it's so well organized. And today was no different. I found some gems. Starting off with this gorgeous mirror. I love this mirror so much, and I bought it for a specific location in my home. And although I went there looking for items to style in my kitchen, I still found some gems like this one, and it fits perfectly in the spot that I was thinking of here in my dining room. I would love to find a small secretary's desk to go underneath, just as another little workspace in our home, trying to make our home more functional and also just feel more collected. I plan on changing up the frame of this mirror. I haven't decided if I want to add more kind of bronzy paint with just some simple rub and buff, or if I want to paint it black. Let me know what you think down below. I feel like either or would work really well in my space, but something about it being painted black, I actually really love the idea. So I'm still trying to decide, but I am so happy to have found this for $13.99, and you know I had my 20% off coupon on top of that. Next item I found was this really pretty ceramic piece at Value Village, and this was only $5.99, again 20% off. And although I really do think that the image here on the front is quite pretty, I especially loved the backside, just the simple lines of this piece. I think it will look so beautiful up on my open shelving in my kitchen, and just a gorgeous piece to have. I love the color. I don't have to paint it, I don't have to change it. It's perfect as is. So often when you're thrifting, if you do see something that maybe doesn't quite go with your decor style, try just turning it around and seeing what the other side is. Something so simple like that can really reveal such a beautiful piece for your space. The next item I found was this really beautiful stoneware dish. I loved the color of this dish. I thought it was so pretty. Really well made. It has a marking on the back, Cascada McDougall Stoneware USA. Really good quality piece. I thought this would be really pretty in my kitchen for a spoon rest, or just another little decor piece that I could use to style with. This was only $2.99, and again, I just really loved the coloring. I have an antique brown granite in my kitchen, and I felt like this went really well with it. So I was very happy to find this. The next item I found was this really beautiful wood tray. This is 100% wood and very nice quality. I love the color of this wood. It's not too dark and it's not too light. And I think it will be a perfect piece to style some items on in my kitchen. I'm thinking like salt, pepper, olive oil, that kind of thing. Create a little moment with a tray. I love using trays to create vignettes. I feel like it makes your items look less kind of cluttered and random, and just give them a space to be grounded on and just look more put together. So I'm always looking for wood pieces, and I don't get very lucky, but I feel like I did today. For $3.49, again 20% off, I feel like this was a really good find. The next item was a surprise to me at Value Village. I was so excited to find this gorgeous piece of pottery. Now, I can see past the current color, although quite pretty. If someone definitely had a very feminine style, but I can see past that, and I can see this in a gorgeous matte black finish, kind of distressed a little bit, and such a substantial piece of pottery that I feel will look so beautiful very simply styled on my open shelving. I was very happy to find this, and I'm just simply gonna remove all of this and give it a paint and style with it. Oftentimes when I'm at the thrift store, I kind of will look and see if I can take things off or simply paint them. Like, how can I use it in a more useful way in my space? And in this particular case, this can all be removed, this can be painted, and create such a beautiful piece. I am so excited to use this, and will be using it in my next video, which will be a decorate with me. I'm gonna be decorating my open shelving using only thrifted items. This, I think, was my find of the day. $7.99, a little bit more pricey, but I just feel like this is going to make such a statement on my shelving, and I was really excited to find it. Another fun find from Value Village was this vintage egg beater. Something about this really just spoke to me. I'm really trying to, like I said, create a more collected home, and I feel that thrifting items like this, I can really achieve that. This is all metal, good quality, simple mechanics, and something that I can have in my kitchen for years to come. I love the black detailing and feel that it is still something that can look pretty and aesthetic in my kitchen, on my shelving, in my crock. It is something that can be so useful in our kitchen. So this was a good find at $3.99. I am happy to add this to my kitchen collection. Another find from Value Village was this gorgeous frame. Something about this frame really spoke to me. I love the detail on this frame. I loved the patina. It has almost a brass undertone. I feel like it works really well in my space, especially somewhere here in my living room. I just think it is so beautiful, and I was very happy to find it. I don't often look through that frame section that I showed you at the thrift store today. I usually just look on the back wall, but something told me to look today, and I'm happy that I did, because this is such a sweet little find, and I'm happy to have found it for $3.99. My last item from Value Village has a bit of a story. So it's this pillow, and this is a huge down-filled pillow, and I love the print. I think it's so fun and really pretty, very eclectic. And I'm thinking of using this in my bedroom, just simply because of the size, the color. I feel like it really just adds a little something special up there. But it was in someone else's cart. And I saw her kind of walking around the store with this in her cart, and I was like, oh my goodness, I wish I found that first. And then we happened to be at the cash at the same time at the self-checkout. And she was like, I don't think I'm gonna take this, to the woman that was working there. And once she gave it back, I gave it a few minutes, just in like a few seconds, just in case she changed her mind, and she didn't. So then I said to the woman, I was like, oh, I'll take that. And she was like, oh, okay. And then the lady was like, oh, that was a good find. Anyways, it was a really funny story. And then someone else was like, I was also eyeing that pillow. So it was the pillow of the day there, and there was a few of us that were eyeing it. But I'm so excited that I got to be the one to take it home. It was only $7.99, and again, a really good clean. I think this will look beautiful on my bed. On to the second store, which was the Salvation Army. I don't often go to this particular store. I love the houseware section. I need to get there more often. It's a little bit further from me, but I often find really unique pieces there, and I definitely did today. Starting off with this absolutely beautiful print. This is a view of the Salisbury Cathedral in Washington. The original print was created between 1976 and 1837, but it was reproduced in 1967. It's so beautiful. I absolutely love this. This is something that you will find right now in Target, Hobby Lobby, Studio McGee's website, so many places, and I found it for $3.99. So beautiful. I feel like this tells such a story. I love the shape of it, and I think it will look really beautiful styled on my shelves. Love the brass and black detailing on the frame. This was such a good find. They also had two more, which I showed you in the clips from the thrift store. I almost took them all, but I didn't. This one really did speak to me. I love this big tree here in the side, and I'm picturing it just to kind of give you an idea. I'm picturing, like, picture this black, like, kind of styled in front of it like that. Isn't that just such a beautiful moment? This is the power of thrifting. You find gems like this that you can bring into your home, create such a statement for very little money. Love it. Next, from the Salvation Army, I picked up these marble egg cups, and I have a couple ideas for these egg cups. One is to turn this into a match striker. So I did that with this little piece that I have, just simply by taking a dollar store pack of matches, cutting out the striker, putting it on the bottom, and then just filling it with matches, and I have it here on my mantle. So doing something similar with this piece, but I just feel, I don't know, like it's just so cute, creates a little moment, and I can have one in my kitchen, I can have one here on my mantle, kind of going into spring and summer. I just thought that that was really cute. And this is a very good sturdy piece. Also, just to have for Easter, I can add some wood eggs to them. Couple different ideas. I was even thinking of adding some of my salt in my kitchen and using it as like a salt container. So I will show you some ideas, but this definitely inspired me in my creativity today. So I loved finding this. This was also $3.99, and I get 4 of them. So pretty good deal. The last item I found at the Salvation Army was this beautiful wood pepper mill. And I loved the brass top on this pepper mill, and it does say pepper on it. Super cute. It was $1.99 for this set. I couldn't find the salt shaker, so I did just take the pepper mill, but I just thought it was really pretty, and I think styled in my kitchen, I can make it work. I really did love the brass detailing. I don't think I'll use it this way, like with the pepper showing here. I do prefer just kind of the simplicity of the other side, but this was a really good find, and I'm gonna give it a good clean, and then we can enjoy it in our kitchen. So that was from the Salvation Army. Moving on to the last store that I went to, which is a Goodwill. The first item I found was this cast iron little pot. And I have been slowly trying to transfer over to cast iron, using more and more of it. And I love that I found this, because one thing that I do often is bake, and I don't have a microwave to melt butter. So this is something that I can keep in my kitchen and have a very practical use for making sauces, melting butter, those types of things. So more of a practical piece, but nonetheless, I was happy to find it. It was $4.99 and a really, really good quality, solid piece. The last item that I found today at the Goodwill was this beautiful piece of pottery. And although I do enjoy the coloring of the wheat stem on the front, again, flipping it over to the back side, it just creates this really beautiful, simple piece that I think will look so beautiful in my kitchen or around my home. I'm on the hunt for a hutch and different pieces of furniture to add to my home. So I think that this will be a great piece to have to style throughout my home, and I was so happy to found it. It was only $4.99, and I just love all the detailing. There's some rib detailing here. I love the top. It's just a really good, solid quality piece, and another great thrift find. So those are the items that I found today at the thrift store. Let me show you a couple styling ideas. I know I love when I watch these types of videos to see how people use them in their home. I feel like it inspires me so much. Makes me want to run to the thrift store, but it does inspire my creativity, and I would love to do that for you now. So let me show you just a couple ideas of how you can take these thrifted items and use them so beautifully in your home.
Significant light, just where it was needed, gleaming black as night, cloistered in injustice, dead in the eye of time. Nobody is losing, faces merchant change, but your face remains the same.
for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope I inspired your creativity. Don't forget to come back next week and see how I use these items in my open shelving in my kitchen. I will have that video up for you next Friday. Thank you again for being here. I'm truly grateful for each of you, and I can't wait to see you all in my next video. Bye, everyone.
Trees will bloom and ice will melt.